Ilia Topuria walked into the Justin Gaethje fight on top of the world. Number 2, pound for pound, double champion, undefeated, untouched. Boom, the jab lands. Boom, the right hand gets through. Boom, another shot snaps his head back. And slowly, the face of an undefeated champion started to change. His eyes began to swell. His reactions got slower. And the same fighter who entered the cage looking untouchable started looking human. By the time the damage was done, this was no longer just another fight. This was the night Ilia Topuria may have lost something he could never get back.
There was something inside me that made me the person who I am today. So my mindset always was the same, exactly the same as I have right now. I'm like, if someone did it, I also can do it. And if no one did it, I can be the first one to do it. This is the mindset I always had. And it's like, I think that the champion they are not born, they are made.
Before this fight, Ilia Topuria didn't feel like just another champion. He felt inevitable. He had already taken out Alexander Volkanovski. He had already moved up, captured another belt, and started talking like the UFC belonged to him. Every interview, every stare down, every prediction had the same energy. Topuria wasn't hoping he was better than everyone. He knew it. And that's what made him so dangerous, because when a fighter has that kind of aura, opponents don't just fight the man in front of them. They fight the myth around him. They fight the idea that one mistake is all it takes. One exchange, one opening, one moment where Topuria sees something, steps in, and the fight is over. And that was the fear he carried into every fight. But just to fear aura. Justin was built to walk straight through it.
He's intelligent, he's dedicated, he's driven, he's got that kind of confidence that those championship guys have, where they know they're the best even before they're the best.
Saying Ilia Topuria was confident in himself would be an understatement. This was a man throwing victory parties before the fight even happened, holding funeral processions for his opponents, and predicting the exact round and sequence that would finish them inside the octagon. And for a while, it didn't seem crazy, because Topuria had made a career out of turning confidence into reality. He would say something, people would doubt him, and then he would walk into the cage and make it happen. And that's what made him special, because confidence like that changes everything. It changes how fast you pull the trigger. It changes how long you stay in the pocket. It changes how calmly you walk through danger. Because deep down, you don't actually believe the danger applies to you. That was Topuria's gift. He didn't fight like a man trying to prove he belonged. He fought like a man who already knew the ending. But that kind of confidence only exists until the sport shows you something different. And Justin Gaethje showed him something different. He showed him that he could be hurt. He showed him that he could be backed up. He showed him that he could be finished. And once a fighter learns that lesson, you can't unlearn it. That's the scary part. Topuria can heal. He can train. He can come back stronger. He can say all the same things at the press conference. But how does he go back to believing nothing bad can happen to him after something bad already did? How does he stand in the pocket the same way? How does he throw the same shots with the same certainty? How does he walk into another fight acting like he's untouchable when Justin Gaethje touched him over and over again? And that's why this loss feels different, because Justin didn't just beat Ilia Topuria, he gave him doubt.
He just said something to his brother. No. We finished the fight. No, we finished the fight. That's it. And that'll do it.
And then came the damage. Not just losing rounds, not just getting tired, not just taking a few clean shots. This was the kind of damage you could see changing the fight in real time. Because when your eyes start swelling in a fight, everything changes. You don't see the punches the same way. You don't read the distance the same way. You don't react at the same speed. A shot that was barely missing in round 1 suddenly starts landing clean in round 3. And once that damage starts stacking up, the fight becomes less about skill and more about survival. And after the fight, the medical reports made it even worse. Topuria suffered a non-displaced fracture in both orbital bones, both eyes. That means this wasn't just cosmetic damage. This wasn't just a swollen face for the post-fight interview. This was real structural damage around the eyes, the kind of injury that forces a fighter to stop, recover, and hope everything heals the way it's supposed to. Because orbitals are different. A broken hand is bad, a cut is bad, a concussion is serious, but damage around the eyes changes how a fighter sees the sport itself. The pocket becomes different when you know what one clean shot can do. The exchanges become different when you remember your vision closing. And the next time Topuria gets hit clean, the question will not just be whether his chin can take it. It will be whether his eyes can. That is the part that makes this so scary, because Topuria can rebuild his body, but damage like this leaves a memory, not just in the mind, but in the face. So that's why this fight feels so different, because Ilia Topuria did not just walk into that cage and lose a close decision. He walked in as one of the most confident fighters in the entire sport, undefeated, double champion, number 2, pound for pound, a man who spent years telling everyone exactly what he was going to do and then making it happen. That was the aura. That was the confidence. That was the thing that made him feel different. But Justin Gaethje did not care about any of that. He didn't fight the legend. He didn't fight the predictions. He didn't fight the funeral processions, the victory parties, or the idea that Topuria was somehow above the chaos. He fought the man in front of him, and round by round, he damaged that man. He damaged the face, the eyes, he damaged the reactions, and by the end, the fighter who once looked untouchable looked like someone who had been finally forced to understand what danger actually feels like. Topuria can heal, the swelling can go down, the bones can recover, the confidence can be spoken out loud again, but the real question is whether he can ever feel it the same way. Because once a fighter gets shown that he can be hurt, backed up, broken down, and stopped, there is no pretending it never happened. And maybe Ilia Topuria does come back. Maybe he wins again. Maybe he becomes champion again. But after Justin Gaethje, there will always be one question following him into every fight. Is he still the same Ilia Topuria? Or did that version of him stay in the cage that night?